outside.
Good morning, guys, and it's time for another episode of Feed the Beast on the Diamond Realms server. And as you can see, we've gotten quite a bit done since the last episode. I've finished out the complete outer exterior of the building. We may still change some things up. I'm not entirely sure if I'm completely happy, but as you can see, I made like the lower ring of the roof, or the lower section before it goes up, a darker colored wood, and extended the pillars through the roof. Now I've also added a couple other things. This is for a project that we will be getting to within the next few episodes. Skater came by the other day and generously enough gave us a pig spawner. So there's no pigs in there right now because I killed them, and they require a dark room to spawn, so it's not very efficient as it is right there. Also, I have you're gonna notice that my inventory looks a little bit different from the last few videos, and the reason for that is I lost all of my stuff, and how it happened is quite embarrassing, actually. So after the end of last episode, when I finished all that up, I remembered that we had found those apiaries in that village, those two villages. Well, actually, there was another village over there. I don't know if I showed you, but it was a bit that way. And so I got to breeding the bees a little bit. I've gotten some combs and stuff. I'm just sort of set up this automation thing so I don't have to worry about it too much. Oh, that was a different bee. That green one was different. Oh, and there's a honeycomb in there. I think that is let's see. Do we have one of those in there? No, I don't believe we do. Let's see if we can grab it when it comes around. But as you can see, bees are breeding. Oh, this one won't breed, will he? That's unfortunate. We'll take him out of there so so something else can fill his spot. You're not going to breed either? Well, so basically what happened is I got this bee, and it was called an excited drone. And basically what this excited drone does, or excited queen does, I should say, is it causes lightning. Now, I thought that it was pretty cool, a bee that made lightning, and I was like, interesting. So I wanted to see what it would, like, if it would hurt me. So I went up, stood on that roof with all of my stuff on, and got struck by lightning and died. Now, what I didn't think that was going to be too big of a problem. I figured that, if anything, I would just have to walk back here and pick up my stuff. But that was not the case. I got here and all of my stuff was gone. It was only after I got back that I realized that I was really stupid and I should have taken off all my stuff because lightning hit it and blew up all my stuff. But anyways, that's not what we're going to be doing today. We're not going to be complaining about losing our stuff, although that's unfortunate. What we're going to do is I set up this chest of goodies of stuff that we are going to work on today. Now, the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to be setting up our buildcraft energy. How we're going to do this is using peat, which is this stuff. It's like an ingot of dirt, kind of. A dirt ingot. And, well, let's first make our peat-fired engine. Now, what you're going to need for this is 11 copper, an iron, 8 sticks, 12 cobble, 1 piece of glass, and 1 bit of redstone. Now, you're going to take your redstone and your iron. You're also going to need a bit of wood. Oh, upside down. There we go. And you're going to need a piston. Now, also, what you're going to do with the sticks is you're going to make 2 wooden gears. Take your cobble and wrap those around and turn those into stone gears. And then you're going to take your copper and wrap those around as well and make them copper gears. Now what you're going to do with those is you're going to set them on the bottom left and the bottom right. Put your piston in the middle of those, your glass block above that, excuse me, and your 3 copper ingots along the top. And that will give you a peat-fired engine. Now, what we're going to do with this peat-fired engine is that you can see I've set up sort of an array of our machines, our industrial craft machines, which run on EU, as you guys know. And I've just set up sort of a system of generators down here, which I've been throwing coal in, and we'll get to upgrading that soon enough. But we are going to throw our peat-fired engines here. Our first one's going to go... No, you know, I changed my mind. We're going to move you. We're going to bring him a little bit closer. We're going to put him right where this torch is. Let's see. Right there. And we're going to need our... I think it takes a crescent hammer, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see if we've got one of those lying around somewhere. I know we have a wrench. Or maybe... Do we have our wrench? We have a wrench. Let's see if a wrench will work first. I'm not entirely sure. I think we'll need to look at it from up here to get it to face this direction. So no, a wrench will not work on it. We need a crescent hammer, which is easy enough. Just 3 iron and 1 bit of silver. You're going to make a Y-shaped with the silver in the middle. And that'll give you your crescent hammer. So you're going to want to... Will this work either? No? You for real, man? You're not going to work for me? Perhaps I can just... well, let's grab our other stuff that we're going to need to hook up to this, to our engine. First things first, flipping the chest around. That's not what we're going to do. We're going to need wooden conductive pipes and golden conductive pipes. The recipe for those are really simple. You're just going to make wooden transport pipes, golden transport pipes, and put a redstone next to them. So, we're actually going to need to move him 1 block lower. 1 block lower. So, he should be fine right there. And we're going to put our wooden conductive pipe like so. And there we go. Now he's facing the right way. So it is a crescent hammer. You just need to be a little bit closer than I was. So we're going to hook these up. These golden conductive pipes are used for transporting buildcraft energy, which is the MJs. So we've got our 1 peat-fired engine here. Now, off camera, it does produce a byproduct of ash, which might come in useful later. I'm not sure. It's always worth keeping the byproducts, though. So we're going to put those there. Our machines are going to go on top. Our buildcraft machines, I should say, are going to go on top of those. So we've got our industrial craft machines along this wall, and our buildcraft machines will go along this wall. And we'll have to work out some sort of room for them to all be nestled in. Alright, so let's get to the next part of our build here. We're going to need some red alloy wire and a lever, or a lever, however you want to say it. It doesn't matter. We're going to run the red alloy wire all the way along the bottom, below where the engines are going to go. Actually, let's take a couple of these just so we can run up to above, which is where we're going to want them to be run to. So let's find a good place up above for where we want to place our lever. Now this lever is going to, if we just leave it running constantly, this engine will just waste power and peat like you wouldn't believe. So we're going to need to find a good place to place our a torch to turn the system, the engines I should say, on and off. So let's sleep for the guys real quick. They do so for me, so we will do so for them. Let's get up around so we can hop in the bed. There we go. Sleep in. There we go. And There we go. There we go. Alright, so let's find a, I guess we can just sort of plop our lever, our lever can go right there for now. And this will turn our system on and off. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to come down below and put the, and we're going to want to run our wire. We're going to need more, so we're going to take some from over here because we don't have engines hooked up to these yet anyways, so it makes no difference. And we're going to run this down and connect it to there. So that's good. I'll need to make more of these, but for the moment it will work just fine like this. Now you're asking, how are we going to get this peat? Now you're going to need bog earth, I believe it's called, to get peat. And to get bog earth, you're going to need water, sand, and dirt. Or water bucket, sand, and dirt. You're going to place your dirt other way around in a chest shape, alternating back and forth. Oh, maybe it wasn't. Nope, it was. I did have it right. I just didn't have the bucket in there. And that will give you 6 bog earth. You will get the bucket back, which is nice. You're also going to need another bucket of water. Well, yes, we'll just do it here. And let's just take it over here for right now. We'll do something cool with the floor. But for right now, this is fine. And we are going to want to place our bog earth. It looks sort of like a dark brown cobblestone, kind of. So let's just fill that with dirt too. And we are going to place our water. And slowly this will turn into peat. So I will cut here and wait for some of this to turn to peat. Alright, as you can see, this has turned into what looks like a dark block of dirt. What looks like a dark block of dirt. I set up a few different types of these to see which ones worked the fastest, but it seemed like it doesn't really make a difference. They're all pretty slow. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna dig this up, and that will give us our first piece of peat. So let's replace that with another one so we can get it. And what we can do now is also, let's not sand, let's cover this hole back up, not that. And we can use this peat to power our engine here. So it's not on right now because I don't have the lever turned on, and we're not going to turn it on quite yet until we well, I suppose, let's see. Let's make our let's make a machine real quick. What we're gonna make first, we're gonna make a couple machines here, just basic buildcraft stuff that you need for a lot of other things. So the first machine we're gonna make here is the carpenter, and what you're gonna need for the carpenter is 42 copper, 14 tin, and 2 pieces of glass. So you're gonna take your tin, and you're going to make bronze. You're going to need 14 bronze. So you're going to make a sturdy casing, just a chest shaped of bronze. Get your sturdy casing, then you're going to take it up the sides and your glass, and that will give you a carpenter. So let's just plop it right here. It's as good a place as any. See, well, it's not getting power, but if we do this, the engine should have started up. So let's take a look at that. So it's started powering up. It's producing 1 MJ per tick, which is pretty good. And let's go up and see the carpenter and see if we can give it any recipes. So carpenter. What's a recipe that uses water in a carpenter? Let's not bother with it right now. You'll see us use the carpenter later on for different stuff, and you've seen us use it already for stuff in the apiary, like the apiary. So the next thing we're going to build is a thermionic fabricator, and you're going to need 8 oak wood, 4 gold, 24 copper, 8 tin, and 3 glass. And let's just pull up the recipe real quick. I want to make sure I get it right. Thermionic fabricator. So what you're going to need is another sturdy casing. So you're going to need some 8. You're going to need 8 bronze. 5, 6, 7, 8. And that'll give you 8 bronze. The 8 wood is for a chest, it would seem. So let's make that chest. Now let's make us our sturdy casing. That'll give us our sturdy casing. Then plop, plop, plop. Plop, 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 plop. That needs to go there. And there we have our thermionic fabricator. So there we go. So let's see. We've emptied our chest for supplies for today. And we've gotten a little bit done. So let's see if there's any more peat for us. Any, yep, it's made some. What we're eventually going to want to do in one of the upcoming episodes is find a way to automatically get peat, because it's a bit annoying to have to come over here to and dig it up manually. But for right now, it's fine. We'll power it ourselves because we buildcraft machines are fine. And actually, you know what we can do? It's still running, so, well, not running, but using up that energy that was left over. What we can do is we can run over to we can come over to our bee place, and I've hooked up this this centrifuge, and we can actually take this over there since it runs off of buildcraft energy. It just needs a pick, that's right. And let's take these engines too. They aren't really necessary. So let's just toss our Stirling engines in there. We have no need of them at the moment. And we will take our centrifuge and we will plop it there. Another thing we might need in here that might become useful later on is a, let's see, it's not in there, is a squeezer. So you know what a squeezer is. It just basically converts items into liquids. It squeezes the juices out of them. So actually we could show our system working. Well, actually, I'm going to call it an episode here, and I'm going to work on filling up this whole row with these peat-fired engines. So we're going to have quite a few of these guys running, producing power for our buildcraft, whatchamacallem, buildcraft machines. And let's take a couple of these to squeezer isn't hooked up. And yes. So next episode, I think what we're going to do is we're going to work on making this all look pretty. So we'll add like maybe a floor for the next level and a wall here, and work on the flooring and stuff to make this area nicer. I have this area down here. It's just sort of the engine room. And that will do it for today. So thank you for watching as always. And please leave a like or comment or even subscribe if you really enjoyed the video. And I look forward to getting this base all working. My eventual goal is solar power, but that is a way down the road. So I will see you guys next time, and thanks for watching.
Bullseye.